Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus here with a commentary on the new Action Comics number 900 that's been generating a lot of controversy with Superman renouncing his American citizenship. Alright, so this is a video response to KalelPrime, who put out a video about Superman Hates America. It's in regards to Superman, or actually Action Comics number 900, the anniversary issue, where Superman, basically, if you haven't read the comic or you haven't watched Dave's post, Superman puts himself between protesters and military government troops. And he basically goes back to the UN, the world government, and says, I'm going to renounce my American citizenship. And this is huge, huge buzz. It's on the news, it's on the internet, it's on YouTube, it's on the forums. Big buzz. And you got to mix things up. There's always that one story with comic book characters, and especially iconic ones like Superman, that come around and really shakes things up, like the death of Superman. When they broke up Superman into two different Superman, the red and the blue Superman, the electric ones. When Superman and Lois got married, all that kind of stuff really shake up the comic business. And it gets interest and life back into the story, and that's good. That's fine. Dave asked, he kind of targeted the Americans on this question and said, "Hey, do you feel angry or upset, or what do you guys think about our big American character that's renounced his American citizenship? Is it like a slap in the face kind of deal?" So, as an American, I'm from here. I've lived here. I'm a Hoosier. I'm from Indiana. I'm from Oklahoma originally. Grown up in Indiana, consider myself a Hoosier, American citizen. I'm proud to be an American citizen. I love this country. I think it's, while a lot of other nations have really nice places, I think this is, personally, and I'm biased, obviously, the best place to live on Earth. But am I angry? No, I'm not. I think it's more interesting than anything else, because Superman is the secret identity to Clark Kent. And I find it interesting, and I can understand the persona of Superman wanting to step back from other governments and not aligning himself, because he's so powerful he can sway governments and help win wars and things like that, and that's not what he's there to do. There's a great line from Superman the movie, where Jor-El's like, "They're great people, Kal-El. They just need guidance to get them there. They need leadership, basically." And he's talking about the human race as a whole. And that's where I think the good ideas for the story in this comes through, because Superman's not an American citizen. I can't remember any comic where he has become an American citizen. He's flat out told, Lois Lane and Earth and everybody, that he's from Krypton. He's an illegal alien, okay? He's an immigrant. Where Clark Kent is obviously an immigrant, found by the Kents and then raised with fudged papers, or whatever the background story is, depending on which continuity is. But Kal-El really doesn't exist. It's a name that's given to him by his birth parents. He's Clark Kent. He's born, basically, and raised as Clark Kent, raised with the Midwest American value system of what's right, what's wrong, what should be good in the world, and he's very much raised as an American. And he becomes that all-American boy. And I think Smallville got that right in the fact that, Superman protects Clark Kent because it's the distraction, so Clark can live his life and be able to help people and do the good things that he's grown up with. So, I think the story there lies in that Clark should have some serious conflict issues in himself, because he knows Superman cannot align himself with one particular place, but in his heart, he's he's an American. He's raised with that value system. And that shows in Superman the movie as well, because after he becomes Superman, he goes on an interview with Lois, and he says he stands for truth, justice, and the American way, and you get the big laugh out of it. She's like, yeah, right, and politicians are going to hate you. And he's like, oh, really, Lois, I don't tell a lie. So that tells you, hey, I've grown up with this value system, and this is what I believe in. So I think that's the story, the conflict of Clark Kent, him giving up that, or at least a part of him giving up that in the Superman persona. Talk about immigrants and people upset about legal immigration, and there's too much of it, and it doesn't matter to me. We're all immigrants. This whole country's immigrants. We stole it and killed off the Indians to get it, and had wars over it. I don't mind immigrants. Come on in. The water's fine. What I don't like is illegal immigration. If you want to live here, fine. Pay the taxes. Go through the proper channels. I think citizenship is too difficult to get because, as you said, the world is smaller. People go back and forth so much. I think getting a citizenship someplace, should require background checks and providing certain paperwork. It'd be like getting a driver's license. I think it should be a little simpler towards that than the big process that it is now. Maybe pass an English test, the verbal and written, so you can get along. Not because you gotta speak English if you're in this country. That's not what I mean. It's just the majority of people speak English. So if you want to live here and be able to get along and prosper, you need to be able to communicate. So, yeah, he's an immigrant. He's an illegal alien. So, I find that interesting. And he doesn't want to be the end-all, be-all power on one nation versus the other. And, that's kind of like Dave said in The Dark Knight Returns. He's the American puppet super weapon, and in the Red Sun, it's about the same way, except on the Russian side, which is Ray Elswell's book. I do agree. And somebody asked, what if he was British? Would Brits be upset about it? And it's funny because there's an Elseworld book called Super Brit, where he lands in England instead of Kansas, and he's raised by the Clarks, and they call him Colin Clark, I believe, and his parents are very, very conservative, and they don't like him doing all the superpower stuff. So when he does become Superman, or the Super Brit, he takes the Super Brit persona, that Superman persona, and protects Colin Clark. So it's the same concept. That's the core of Superman, whereas he's the mirror image of Batman, where, one's light, one's dark, one's super rich, one's not. One, goes into the darkness. The other one is like, here I am, I'm Superman kind of deal. Where Batman is that character. He's become that hate and revenge and darkness, and the boy that was Bruce Wayne pretty much died in that alley. So they're complete opposite. Where Bruce Wayne is the distraction for Batman, Superman is the distraction for Clark Kent. So I think it's an interesting concept if they play it right. It's definitely a buzz. It's got everybody talking. Good job with getting that rolling. As far as mythos, that was the other thing. No, I don't consider comic books American mythos. Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan, John Henry Irons, those are Americans, or America's mythology. I think comic books take a lot from mythology, a lot of Greek mythology and a lot of other, Christian mythology. But I think myths are told the same way over and over, like Robin Hood and King Arthur, things like that, the Homeric myths. Those are told the same way over and over and over, whereas comic books are constantly being reinvented, origins are changing, they're updating for modern times, that kind of thing. While they do have characteristics, I don't really see them as American mythological characters. Americana, yes. American stories, American pop culture, absolutely. And they do have a lot of cues from myths, but I think they're something a little different. So thanks for watching. Great experiment. Let's see what you guys have to say, and check out some of my other videos. Check out KalelPrime's videos. If somebody posts a video response, please watch their video. Check them out. Check their channel, and let's keep this experiment rolling. Thanks for watching.